It's a Tuesday here in the NHL. You know what that means? Here in the NHL, like I'm in headquarters or something. But it's a Tuesday, and there are typically a ton of games on a Tuesday. And this Tuesday, I've said Tuesday already way too many times, is no different than previous Tuesdays. Last night only had a couple of games. We had way more good than bad with the picks that we gave out here on the channel. Now, usually how it goes, some maniac goes to the first pick. If it doesn't go well, he starts losing his stuff. Dallas over did not work out. In a goalie's first start for Dallas, he ended up pitching a shutout, so kudos to him. We got the over in the Avalanche game. We got the under in that Flyers game, and we got the both teams to score 2+ in both the Rangers game and in that Boston game. And for all you Patreon subscribers, you were able to nail yourself a +600 that I put out there. 2 points for Panarin, 2 points for Betterson. And I bring that up because it's notable to see that top line. They're doing this quick running of having Pettersson and Miller and a stacked top line, and it's paid extreme dividends in these last couple of games. And do you think tonight's going to be much different? You think tonight's going to be different when they're playing, you know who? The New York Islanders. The team who, no matter what happens, no matter how many times I say it, no matter how many times I bet it, no matter how many times I give it to you to bet it, they're just going to keep putting the total at 6. It's 6 every single time for the New York Islanders, who have pretty much, look what Jay Fresh just put out there yesterday. The worst defensive team, worse than the San Jose Sharks, are the New York Islanders. These Islanders are atrocious defensively. Yes, we know they get pretty good goaltending, but that hasn't stopped so many of these games in their last 15 or so from going over. If you're going to give me the over in this game and you're going to put it at 6, with the Islanders playing defense the way they are, the Canucks scoring the way they are, and the Islanders kind of scoring the way they are, and Vancouver throwing Casey DeSmith in there, all roads lead to Rome. And I'm going to take the over 6 in this game. And this, just like yesterday, is another one where if you don't want to go over for whatever reason, you can do the both teams to score 2+, and then you can add it with something else that you like in this video. But this is the game that I see with the most potential, because once you start seeing that, I told you about the +600 from the Patreon yesterday. Why couldn't that happen again with some of these Islander players? What kind of Islander players? I don't know. Is there one who used to play on Vancouver who might be hunting for points? Bo Horvat, the lifelong Canuck who came over to the Islanders and was their captain. I like him to register a point. That top line of Vancouver, the alt point prices for like JT Miller and Quinn Hughes, they're pretty incredible. Like, for example, last night, if you were to take 2 points for Nathan McKinnon, that's at minus. If you were to take 2 points for Mikko Rantanen, it's like +110. On this slate tonight, if you take Connor McDavid for 2 points, it's like -115. If you take William Nylander celebrating his contract for 2 points, it's -115. But these guys on the Canucks, who tell me that JT Miller doesn't have just as good of a chance with that power play on that top line with Pettersson of registering 2 points against this Islanders defense as William Nylander, or I don't want to go, McDavid's his own, deserves his own tier. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there is a pretty decent chance with that Islanders D that those guys, for the third straight game, they've all had 2 points in the last 2 games. I think Quinn Hughes didn't get to 2 in the game against the Rangers. I'm not 100% certain. But they all nagged 2 points against the Devils. I know Pettersson had 4 points, I think, against the Rangers. The only thing that's working against them is it's playing back-to-back games, but minimal travel. You're talking about going from Madison Square Garden to UBS, which is to 15 miles. It's nothing crazy, and the travel's not going to be a factor. So I like Pettersson for another 2, Horvat for 2. You put that together, and you're going to be looking at a similar smack, even higher than last night, because we put Panarin. His 2 points were pretty much like a minus last, or maybe it was like +105. But you put these two together, you're looking at a huge plus money. Now remember, that's for you pirate parlayers out there. That's for you pirates who roam the seas looking for huge payouts. But regular guy, Dan's.
Hi, Dan.
I'm going to come up with a glossary and add them to these videos, like one day at a time. There's a lot of terminology I use with my friends in my life, in comedy, and everything. I invent terminology, people end up liking it, and then when a new viewer comes in and we call them Westworld searchers, and that will be added to the glossary. They're like, what is this guy talking? He's talking about Sniffs. It says Sniffs in the videos. There's noses over there. It will all be laid out for you, and I'm going to come up with these graphics. But a Dan is a new guy who found the channel, and because I like the name Dan, because as we go on, year after year, 24, 25, 2026, the names are just getting weirder. I'm looking at a paperback, that's going to be someone's name. I like Dan. And close second place, by the way, Dave.
Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Dave. Yes.
Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Love the name Dave. So Daves, you're the regular guys who come in and you're a new watcher, but you're a mostly regular guy. How do we define regular in 2023? I don't know. I'm in a room that's green and I'm looking at a camera right now screaming at nobody. But that's what a Dan is. A Dan is a new guy, regular guy here to enjoy some videos, like a 9 to 5 regular individual, and wants to make a regular bet, and that's why I'm instructing him to take the over 6 in the Islanders-Canucks game. I saw in the comments yesterday somebody said, Andy, no more Area 51 picks? Well, the issue with Area 51 picks sometimes is, it's the time difference, 3 hours between New York and then but some of the Area 51 bunker analytics are not available until like real late in the night. And by the time I make this video, they're not there. Like what I say a lot about the player prop parlays. Like the one I gave out on the Patreon, the 2 points for Panarin, 2 points for Pedersen. I did it on Bet Rivers, I believe. Those aren't available till the next day. So I put those on the Patreon. It's one of the reasons you can subscribe, but the biggest reasons is just so you can be one of the Green Bay Packers owners, like what I like to call the people who fund this show. So you could always subscribe over there at patreon.com/Andy Francess. Every day, some point in the afternoon, I'll put in the extra betting tickets and whatnot after I'm able to see the ones that up. Doesn't mean they're going to win. Sometimes they're going to lose. But I got to say, last 7 days, I've hit a plus 1,100, a plus 1,400, and a plus 600. And here's the beautiful thing. If I'm lying, somebody from the Patreon would say it. Those are all real things that you'll be able to see on there. But it's not a reason to join. I'm not going to make you rich for what I know about you people. You're going to parlay too much away. Anyway, this time around, I got some Area 51 picks for you. But you asked for them. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get them. You want to know what I saw? At Area 51, usually if you look in, you don't see anything crazy because, they only let you get so close. But I snuck in there. And do you want to know what alien bodies I saw behind the gates? Get ready. I'll half endorse one of them. But if you got balls, you want to work at Area 51, then sometimes you got to have stones. And Area 51 likes the Chicago Blackhawks money line.
You sure about that?
Oh, that's not it. You're already like, I gotta bet. The San Jose Sharks money line in Toronto.
You sure about that? That's why?
So we got the Blackhawks at home against the red-hot McDavid Oilers. And we got the Sharks on the road at the red-hot Toronto Maple Leafs. I will say this. When it's telling Area 51 tells you about these bets, they're saying you're getting the best bang for your buck, even if they lose. With the odds given out on the game, it's worth putting a little sprinkle on. They'll tell you all about it over there at Area 51, a.k.a. Odd Shopper Premium. If you want to have access to all that and they can explain all this further, I always leave the link in the description of these videos that you go over there. It's a custom Area 51 link. If you want to access all those, you can get all of them. But I clicked it, I saw up top, and the two teams I saw first were the money lines for the Blackhawks. And if I can sell it to you, anytime you're at home, as you saw on Sunday, you can beat a team in the NHL. You got that little extra home juice, maybe playing with a chip on their shoulder because there's no Connor Bedard. That ain't an easy one. At least I can say with the Leafs game, okay, they just had an unbelievable road trip. 3 great victories. And now you come home after a long trip out west, and it's a natural letdown spot. I can kind of see that one. But you got to have some stones to play the Chicago Blackhawks, that roster against the Oilers. Some Mark Stones to take that one. So hats off if you do it. I'm scared to do it. Another over that I potentially like here. No, I do like it. It's not a potential like. I do like it. That is with the Tampa Bay Lightning and the LA Kings. They're both capable of scoring, clearly. They're both kind of struggling at the moment, clearly. Power plays help overs, and power plays help nail those both teams to score 2+. It just makes it that much easier. If you don't have to always rely on 5-on-5 goals, the Tampa power play is as vicious as it gets. Now, on the road, they lost to Boston. We don't care if they lose. We're just looking for goals in this game. We're looking to hit that over 6, and I think that's a good bet in this one. And then lastly, Boston's hopping right back on the ice after that game with the Avalanche. They're taking on Arizona in Arizona, who's been struggling in Arizona. And for this one, I'm going to go under 6.5. Boston, they did a pretty good job holding the Avalanche back yesterday. I mean, Avalanche won 4-3 in overtime, but this is a quite different team they're playing, and a quite different team who's been struggling on their own home ice. Everybody was gassing them up, and they've slowed down. They've lost quite a few and haven't looked particularly good on their own home ice. When the Islanders are holding you to 1 goal, that's not a good sign. I like the under 6.5 in this one. The beautiful thing about when you bet Boston, you get a Vezina candidate in Jeremy Swayman last night, and then the Vezina winner in Ullmark last year.
You sure about that?
You get great goaltending, and you get great defensive efforts, and we're going to combine that with the lack of offense on this current run Arizona is on. I like the under 6.5 in that one. If you need me to pick a winner for you on this night, you guys, sometimes I always got to remember, they're here for Sniffs. And we'll add that to the glossary too. But that's like Andy Videos 101. Sniffing is believing. It says it on the shirt. If you don't know what sniffs are, come on, what have you been doing? Just ask anyone in the comments. Even new users know what sniffs are. That's just the basic. I didn't think of that. I don't know about. Why would he bet that? But he's doing it, and it happened. Oh my God, I sniffed, I saw, I believed. Sniffing is believing. And you're going to have a hard time believing this one. You know the Kraken are 9-0-2? Unless I'm mistaken, I think the Kraken are 9-0-2 in their last 11 games. How about that for some cockroaches? And these Kraken, they like making us money. They really, so many of the bets this year, I told you guys this when they eliminated the Avalanche, we will get our money back, and we've gotten our money back and more. Think about the multitude of bets we've taken on them this year on the channel. You can go back and find them. I don't have the time to. I don't have much free time these days. But the Kraken have treated us well, and this is a little wild one here. 9-0-2, and they're playing a member of the Scam 5. How can a team be 9-0-2, playing their absolute best hockey of the year, and not be favored in Buffalo against a member of the Scam 5, one of the bottom basement dwellers in the Eastern Conference? I always looked at that as Vegas giving me a little wink saying, you know who to take, Andy. You know who to take, Andy. Right? Right? Yeah, you don't have to tell me. My sniff on the night is going to be the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, imagine that against the artists formerly known as the Cockroaches, while they're playing their absolute best hockey of the year. I'm taking Buffalo. You don't have to. The same way I feel about the Area 51 picks, you don't have to do that. You can sniff your own way, and that's going to be added to the glossary terms as well. So I'm going with Buffalo, and also, because of Buffalo, I want both teams to score 2+ in this one. We nailed both of those last night. I know some of you OGs love the both teams to score 2+. It's on DraftKings. It's on BetRivers. It's on Ballybet. It's on quite a few of them. I know it's not on all of them, but that's what I like in that game. We're going to see. They can get me, but me and the Roaches, we've made amends after they've paid me back and more after that Colorado series this season. All right, everyone, that's what I got for you here on a Tuesday. Good luck to you. Better luck to me. You make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page here. I really do appreciate all you guys trying to help out. You realize it. Like this, you'll know when the time comes, you don't need my help anymore. Like if I was you and I watched, I'm like, what? This has 6,000 views? Yeah, it actually makes a difference. So you guys help this. You make it seen by more people. I know you don't think it, but just look. If you saw 4,000 last week and 4,600 this week, that's because you're doing these little things. And I appreciate the little YouTube tips. I appreciate when you guys tell me there's only so much I can do. I got to shoot these, edit these, do this, that. And so when you guys tell me little YouTube tidbits and tricks, I do appreciate that. But if you can subscribe and like and turn on the notifications, apparently that helps. It'd be greatly appreciated. All you guys on the Patreon, always, really appreciate what you do. I'm also going to be doing that. I didn't forget the Thursday live stream. I don't know. It might be a weird TikTok thing where I'm just sitting here and you're looking at me. There's a weird voyeuristic nature about that, but I'm just going to pretend like it's not happening. I'm going to watch some games, talk some games. If you ask me for live bets, I guess, but I'm not one of these people putting on one of those clear visors at who go to like the OTB, like, what do we got now? They scored an early goal there. We getting a good value on the. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be one of those guys, but I'll just talk about the games while they're going on. And a fun little fact: if you have, now I'm not promoting for these companies. Never mind. Only thing I'm promoting is my own stuff on here. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for some Wednesday Sniffs. Good luck.